Hello Brazil, I am Tanya Joseph from Sport England, and I just wanted to share with you some of the work that we're doing over here to empower women and girls and to get them more active. The campaign that I'm responsible for is This Girl Can, and hopefully at least some of you will have seen it. It's a campaign really to address the fact that far fewer women in England play sport than men. So that's every week 2 million fewer women play sport than men, and that's just not good enough, and we needed to do something about it. We spent a lot of time before we launched the campaign last year looking into the reasons why that was. So really looking at the evidence, talking to women, asking them, listening to women really importantly, and asking them why is it that 2 million women fewer than men play sport, yet 75% of those women tell us they'd like to do something. They'd like to play some sport, they'd like to be active, and that was something that was really troubling to us to understand what was going on. When we listened to them and heard what they were telling us, it was really interesting, and I'm sure the reasons that they gave us will be familiar to some of you. So they were telling us things like they aren't comfortable wearing the clothes that they have to wear, or they don't know the rules, or it was too competitive, or they felt bad that they were spending time on themselves when they should be spending time with their children or looking after their parents. And these are all things that when people have heard them in the past, especially the sports sector in England, they will have said these are just excuses and all women need to do is go and find a sport that they like and they will just get on and do it. But we know that's not true, so we looked really hard at what was going on, what women were really telling us. And we found that when we took a step back and looked at all of the reasons women were giving us, we found something that really united what they were saying. It unified the things they were telling us, and that was a fear of judgment. Women were afraid that people would judge them for their appearance, for their ability, and for the decision making they were taking around where their priorities were. Women were not allowing themselves to think about sport as an option because they were afraid of this fear of judgment. It was incredibly deep-seated. So we launched a campaign last year to address that, to give women the confidence to be able to manage this fear of judgment. And that campaign was called This Girl Can. We have been advertising on television, in cinemas, on billboards, posters across the country for only 9 weeks of that 52 weeks. For the rest of the time we have used digital and social media. That's partly because we're a government agency and we don't have lots and lots of money to advertise, but also because we really understood that we need to go where women are. And in this country, and I'm sure it's the same in Brazil, that women actually are very, very engaged and great users of social media and using platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube. These are all places where women are. We really wanted to talk to women where they were in the language that they understood and in ways that they were engaging them. So we've been a very, very active user of social media. As a result of this, our campaign has attracted an online community of over 500,000 women who are incredibly engaged and have spoken about that campaign on social media every single day since the day it was launched, including Christmas Day, which is quite extraordinary, really. So as well as talking to women themselves, we also talk to the people that deliver sport, the sector themselves. So whether that is the sports themselves, like the Football Association, whether we've been speaking to England Netball, or even the woman who runs a single class in her local village hall of dance exercises. We really wanted to make sure that they felt this was a campaign that they could get involved in. And we invited everyone to be involved and gave them a whole load of tools and advice about how they could respond when women who had been inspired by the campaign arrived at their sessions and wanted to do something. And so far, over 7,500 of those partners have got engaged in the support and are doing things to attract women to their activities. And that has been a really important part of the campaign. This is a behaviour change campaign, and these campaigns take a long time. In this country, we've spent many, many years trying to get people to change their behaviour around drink driving or healthier eating. So we had no expectation that within the first year of the campaign we would have got lots and lots of women playing sport as a result, but we really had an impact so far. The campaign has been talked about in over 100 countries, and I think that's because we've really hit a nerve when we talk about a fear of judgment. I think it's something that is actually universal to women, not just women in this country, but women across the world, and I think to women in Brazil as well. We've also won lots and lots of awards, which, over 50 so far, which has been incredibly, makes me incredibly proud. But I think most importantly, the campaign is loved by women, the people that we're trying to talk to and communicate with. So, as I said, we have over 500,000 women who are talking to us every day on social media. We have 2.8 million women who have seen the campaign, who've been inspired to do some or more sport, which is an incredible result when you think this is within a year of the campaign launching, and something we're incredibly proud of. Our challenge now is to make sure the campaign continues, and how we can develop the campaign so it still inspires and excites women and encourages them to get involved and to be more active and to do more sport. Hopefully towards the end of our summer, so around August, September, we will have a new creative execution of the campaign, and you'll see it develop more. But we are still on social media, so if you're not friends with us on Facebook, please sign up and follow the campaign. Finally, I'd really like to wish Think Olga all the success in the world. It is really important to get women active because it has a massive difference on the women themselves and their communities. And I hope you're as successful as we are. Thank you.